Hi, this is Linda Shea with Drilling Contractor. Today I have with me Andy Pusutasi with Vantage Drilling. Andy serves on the IADC Supply Chain Committee, which recently launched a set of supplier performance metrics and scorecard. Andy, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So can you tell us what is the purpose of having IADC metrics for supplier performance?
Well, there's many reasons and benefits for having a set of standard metrics. For one, it creates a standard set of metrics, performance measures, for customers, suppliers, and across the industry. Many of us have been in performance review sessions where we spend a lot of time debating or discussing a certain metric because it's different between how we calculate it between both parties. So it creates a standard starting point for discussions. Also, for new suppliers that are interested in supporting oil and gas, they come in already understanding the requirements or the measures that are important to the customers and also how they should be measuring themselves. And also there's that old adage that says that you can't improve what you don't measure. So we firmly believe that as companies start measuring themselves across these performance metrics, that their performance will improve.
So can you tell us what were the metrics that were identified?
Well, we wanted to make sure that we recommended metrics that added value or aligned with the values of operations. So our metrics actually coincide with the categories of safety, quality, both from an equipment and service standpoint, delivery, and pricing.
And how were the metrics chosen?
Oh, I'll tell you, it was a very painful process, but we had a lot of productive conversations between many drilling contractors and manufacturers. We initially started out with over 30 performance measures, and then we narrowed it down to the 8 that you see today, based off of those that we felt had the highest value to or impact to operations, as well as those that were easiest to gather the data and easiest to implement.
So I know that suppliers will be concerned about confidentiality. So will any of the performance data that's collected be shared among drillers or with other suppliers?
There really should be no concerns about confidentiality. These documents are posted on the IADC website under the Supply Chain Committee section under Resources, and that's exactly what they are. They are a set of tools that anybody can use to measure their own performance, measure their suppliers. The information is only to be kept within that specific company or those discussions with their suppliers. It should not be shared amongst drilling contractors with IADC per IADC's antitrust guidelines.
So can you tell us about the scorecard and how it works?
The scorecard actually is a template that can be used by anyone to help really transfer the metrics into meaningful discussions that you can have with your suppliers. The tool visually shows which areas the supplier is doing well at, and also which areas that the customer and supplier need to work together to help improve the supplier's performance.
And is the IADC Supply Chain Committee setting any expectations or standards for performance related to these metrics?
Well, if you look at the actual scorecard itself, you can see that we spent the time to recommend a set of performance standards for each metric. Now, we also understand that every company has their own priorities in terms of what metrics are more important to them. So the tool, the scorecard itself, allows for anyone to easily change the scoring and the weighting of the scorecard itself to align with that company's specific priorities. Now, with this initial phase, the intention really is to introduce these metrics to the industry, to allow people to spend time gathering the data, creating the performance measures, using the scorecard to discuss that with the suppliers. And ultimately, as the maturity of the use of these tools improves over time, then we'll look at possibly creating a set of industry-wide performance standards of performance.
Andy, thank you so much for being here and for telling us about the work of the Supply Chain Committee.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And thank you, viewers, for joining us on drillingcontractor.org.